Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. I will show you another example how the American media lies. How? By interpretation and omission. Well, I have an article here, and I want to start with it. HuffPost critics school Stephen Miller for building up these absurd American history claims. First, I like Stephen Miller. So why? I think he says some truthful things. Second, you see, critics school him because he's an imbecile, seems like, for building up these, and he's going to tell us what, absurd American history claims. So, Mr. Stephen Miller, who is one of senior advisors of Donald Trump, must have said something so absurd that it's clear that history will just debunk them. The critics are going to school him. Now, before I'm going to read what Stephen Miller said and how the critics destroy him, I have to tell you this. It has to do with immigrants, illegal immigrants, and you have here an immigrant. Okay, so if I were to be subjective and if I were to be a weasel, I would skew this conversation into fantastic immigrants, because the claim is immigrants built America. This is the claim that Mr. Stephen Miller is against, but that's an extra word added to immigrants that HuffPost avoids, ignores altogether. So let's read this. Before that, Stephen Miller said some very truthful things straight on. I suspect, because I'm already an eye on that when he is going to talk about Israel, he's going to be resetting his brain as Ben Shapiro did and does, which is objectivity, boldness, and all that goes away because Mr. Stephen Miller is American. All right, so let's read what this person said. Donald Trump's senior White House aide, Stephen Miller, pushed a bonkers racist claim on Monday after he suggested that he could spot someone's immigration status just by looking at a picture of them. Well, I don't know. I don't want to join Mr. Miller, but I tell you this. When I walk in a store and I can pinpoint kind of people, if they are Romanians, if they are Pakistani, if they are, in general, that's not racist. That's my ability, special ability that YouTube cannot tell me I have it or I don't have it. I can tell if a person is from East Asia or Sub-Saharan Africa, or someone is from Norway. You know what I mean? I kind of can. I know they try to create this mismatch. We're all together and diversity is our strength in Europe by pouring all kind of, you know what I mean? But I still can do that. And I will tell you, if I don't forget, I'm old, a story that I have for you with a Romanian guy that I knew he was Romanian before he opened his mouth. I didn't hear him. I just look him up. I just look at him, how he walked around me. And I said, this guy is Romanian, 100%. And it happened to me many, many times before. Now, I don't know if Mr. Stephen Miller possesses the same qualities, and I know he's exaggerating, but in general, I can pinpoint. I look and I can tell you, these guys are newly arrived immigrants. I can tell you that by the way they walk, by the way they look. I can tell you that. If I go to a store, I can tell you these guys just... Anyway, let's move on. I'm not defending him, but that's not what it's all about here. Miller, in a Fox News appearance, reacted to an NBC News clip of Los Angeles Mayor Karen Bass, Democrat, emphasizing that LA, and I'm quoting, is a city of immigrants. The mayor emphasized the video, the clip, and it won't get rebuilt, and I'm quoting, without immigrant labor. So this person, the mayor, and the clip makes the absurd claim that this city, Los Angeles, California, is a city of immigrants and it won't get rebuilt without immigrant labor. So if you don't have immigrant labor, it won't be rebuilt. Now, she's not talking about legal immigration. That's the word that changes. She talks about different kind of immigrants. And I will explain. Here, and I'm quoting, if you look at the photos of the Empire State Building being constructed, in record time, by the way, you know what you don't see there? Any illegal aliens, end quote. Miller told Fox News' Laura Ingraham. So he said, you don't see any, two words here. You see that? Two words. You look at the photos of us landing a man on the moon. You look at the NASA control room. You don't see any photos of illegal aliens. Americans built this country. Americans sustained this country. Americans have powered this country for 2.5 centuries. In reality, this guy say, this is debunking him, immigrants, na 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 na. You see that word? That changes this. I will explain. If you say he is a man, but what if you say he's a dead man? Does it change? Adds to the notion? What? Oh, he's a, I don't know, this man is alive or this man is dead. There's two opposite realities. There's the same man, but one of them is dead and the other one is not dead. So the same here. You have immigrants, but that could be lawful, legal being in the country immigrants, and the other ones who entered or overstayed their legal time and they became criminals. Because if you extend your how should I put it? You enter a country illegally, you enter a country without the permission of the owner or a property, you are illegally located on that property. So in this case, they say in reality immigrants played, which is true, right here. In reality, immigrants played a key role in the construction of the Empire State Building. Correct. A project that at its peak had workforce of 3,500 people. Correct. Many of the workers were Irish and Italian immigrants. Correct. But he's not talking about them. He's talking about something else. You see, this is how they lie. It's two different groups of people that this article has to deal with. People that entered and have paper and legally are allowed to be there. And people who entered differently, they broke some laws, which is broke the law of land, entering someone's house without being allowed. Therefore, they are in your house without asking for your permission. Or the other guys who ask for your permission and you gave them the permission. Can you see it's two different kind of people here? So these liars, these are the experts, not the experts, the critics who are schooling Miller. They were immigrants. Yes, that's the immigrants. He's not talking about that. He would have said, yeah, there were workers working at the Empire State Building. He's not talking about that. Easy. All right. This is the level. Do you have a name for this piece of shit who wrote this article? Yeah, Benjamin. He's not Ben. Fuck off. You're Benjamin. Benjamin Blanchet. He must be a Français. Okay. So here he is, my friends. This is with Steve Miller Band, by the way. So they always, when they want to give you a narrative, they don't refer to the right people. Irish and these immigrants, correct. I'm an immigrant. I'm a legal immigrant. There are some people who entered here breaking the law of your land, of your country. If you're okay with that, I want you to take about 5 Honduran families with about 55 children all together in your house and feed them for about 10 years as a sponsor. I would like you to do that. Don't give me the shit, I pay taxes. No, you don't pay taxes. Pay for 5 families for 10 years. And then I say, yeah, man, you put your mouth where your cock is. And I will, good job. Let me give a medal, put a medal around your neck. Good job, next idiot. Okay, I'm just kidding. It's your money, man. It's your money. But still, those people broke the law. It's like I go to a bank, rob the bank, and get the money. Your money. All right, let me tell you the little story. It was a long time ago, but it happens often when I walk in a store and I look at their faces and their behavior. There is something I can't tell you. I can tell you, but these guys will think that I'm dreaming. But I'm not dreaming, my friends. This happens to me. So I went to this auto service, and the auto service person, I went over there and he went to test a car. So I was in a parking lot. So he went to test a car to see blah, 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 blah. And while I was in a parking lot, a guy was walking around. I knew he was Romanian. By the way he got dressed, by his body, it's a different kind of fat. All right? By his body, by his looks, he didn't speak. He was just moving around. I never met the person before, but I knew he's Romanian. And when he came back, he came and started talking with the mechanic, if you want, the technician. And then I realized by the conversation that he is Romanian. And then I intervened. Hello, how are you? Blah, blah, blah. And I told this guy, I knew you were Romanian. He said, how did you know I'm Romanian? I mean, for God's sake, I wear the same clothes these guys wear. I mean, there's no possible way. I tell you, I knew he was Romanian. Okay? And not because he was different. You can tell. And I guarantee you, a Serb will know if that guy is a Croatian, Serb, or some Slovenian. He would know that. The same with the Russians. I know when I look at one, this looks Russian, Ukrainian. I know this guy looks this and that. With a proportion very high. Why? You hear them talk. And okay, here you go. And yes, I understand many languages. And I know the differences when someone speaks Polish next to me, or Bulgarian, or Russian, or I don't know, Slovakian, or Czech. All right? And many others. I know that. I know when the Russians and Ukrainians, I know them too. So all these little I pick them. The same with the Germans and Austrians, not really, but Germans, easy. French, obviously, you British, you know it, and then British, Scots, and Irish, but by look. I'm not defending these guys, it was just a story. If you believe me, good. If you don't, I just shared that with you. So, my friends, thank you very much for being with me again today. Remember, it was not about immigrants, it was about aliens, illegal aliens. People that are not supposed to be here because they broke the law being here. So they are unlawful entry, is that how it is? Or it is trespassing, correct? So when those guys are talking about the immigrants build this country, yes, it's true, immigrants help build this country. But as someone said, well, you know what, the intercontinental railroad tracks, whatever, in America was built by the Chinese immigrants. And that person argued, I know it's ugly, he said, yeah, I mean, it's like you say the shovel helped to build a house. I mean, if you look at it, it sounds ugly, but it sounds very arrogant to claim that a group of people who were starving coming here needed a job. Some of them got in bad situation with their own people, who took them, like Africans, took them from the inside and sold them to the people who were ready to, get them enslaved. The same here. Some of their own got them in the circumstances where they could not leave. They were like in a concentration camp, the Chinese. And then they received money, whatever they received, and they worked. Some of them left, some of them could not leave. But to say that they built it, did they plan it? Did they design it? Did they survey it? Did they build the steel did they do all this? Did they extract it? Pong, 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 thinking, click, click, click. Okay, is that the same? It's like a wrench? Who's using the wrench? So when you hear, well, we built this. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. It's much more than that. It's much. When you say, well, you have the owners of properties. or not properties, business owners. When you have business owners, oh my God, they are, how do they call it, exploiting the poor people and so on. Why don't you fucking open your business? Why do you work for him? Oh, no, we should have equal say in that. Why? Because you have the same risks as the owner? If he gets bankrupt, you're going to move your little shed on your little sack, click, 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 on your little stick, and you go to the next owner. You sell your labor. And then the next one, the next one, and the next one. But if this guy fucks up, he loses much more because he has the risks. Not only risks. He probably took loans. He's got a lot of things behind all this. He plans it. It's like you say, oh my God, I should, because I help building crayons, I should own the company. No, you don't. You're just over there to do that little technological process, little thing over there that you are. The rest, you didn't do shit. You don't know anything about anything. Anything about anything over there. You just need to put that thing. But I need to have an equal say. No, you don't. And remember, I'm not one of those. I'm one of these guys. But I can't be, the immigrants built this. First, it was the settlers. All right? This country was formed by settlers, not by immigrants. In order to be an immigrant, you have to have a country. There you go. And when these guys came over here, they found lands where there was some killing in one another. All right, so this country was not founded by immigrants, was not built by immigrants. Yes, they were helped, but not helped because they were paid. When you're paid, you don't help. I don't hear about immigrants doing shit for free. Do you? Or Americans volunteering if they want with their churches. That's about it. The rest, I guarantee you, those Chinese and those guys who built this country, they got paid. There's no help because without that, they would have been starving. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Remember, I'm an immigrant too, but certain things are pushed a little bit to the idiocracy level. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.